Differently today. The car had to weigh 1,110 pounds, and we would typically come in about 11:15. That's with me and the car. We had a lot of fun with the car. It was, like as I mentioned, relatively trouble-free. We wound up with the reputation that people would call Detroit Dragway and want to know if we were there yet, and if we were, they didn't come, which was fun. But we would continually run qualifying times of about 9:10, 9:15 at 140. In eliminations, I could run 890s, 895s, which put us in the top eliminator instead of middle eliminator. And so we would run against top gasoline cars, high gear cars. But one of the neatnesses of the car, it pulled so hard because we were starting out in second gear, and I would flash the engine from 4,000 to 6,000 on the line. The other cars, because they were high gear, would get nervous and they'd take the RPM up, their own RPM up, and when the flag came down, they would typically go up in smoke. And and we would put a hole shot on them, and probably 15 feet on the other side of the eyes, they'd come by me like I was parked, but they lost. So that was one of the other fun things with the car. We had a good time. It was a good partnership. I did the fuel system calibration and the ignition, read the plugs, and Vern maintained the engine, transmission. And like I said, it was a great partnership. We had a lot of fun with the car. But Vern and I enjoyed racing the car. It wasn't a job, it was a hobby. And so I'm glad that my son owns the car. He made a commitment to Vern that between he and I, we would perpetuate the history of the car. The car does have a lot of history from the early 60s. The 60 Nationals, we were fortunate enough to bump the national mile-an-hour record for B-gas dragster from 147 to 165.
Wow.
And that was done, we did it with a purpose. The national record holder, E.T. record holder, I think he was from somewhere in Tennessee, he wouldn't race us because we were running about 2 or 3 tenths quicker than he was. So Vern and I got our heads together and we decided to go for the other end of it, and that's when we pulled a quick change apart, put a long set of gears in it, and went out and bumped the mile-an-hour record up. But anyway, I'm glad that my son has the car, and we're going to do what we can to perpetuate the history of it.
Thank you.